YouTube. Today in the Naughty Librarian, I am giving you a little book haul. Whew, I have picked up quite a few books lately. So many. Basically, I got all these books either from the publisher or for Christmas. I don't know exactly when this video is going up, so I'm filming it near Christmas, but who knows when this is going up. All right, let's just get into it. Let's go over all the fun new books I've picked up recently. First things first, I have The Husband Hunt by Lindsay Sands, and this was off of my wish list sent to me by Mara from Books Like Whoa. Thank you very much for my Christmas present. I am obsessed with it. So this one is very much a typical Lindsay Sands historical. So we have Lisa, right? She's looking for a husband. She's got one in mind, this guy, Robert. They've known each other forever, kind of like childhood friends type of thing. She's like, I'm gonna marry you, la 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 la. And the thing is, Robert, not into that plan. Like, Robert, basically, his parents had such a shitty marriage, he's completely put off to the concept of marriage, even though he's like secretly really into Lisa. And then, you know, here's the deal. Someone is trying to kill her because every historical Lindsay Sands romance is always a murder mystery. Someone's trying to kill her. And Robert's like, oh, I'll protect you, but no, I don't want to marry you. I'll just protect you. La 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 la. I can't, no, blah. You know, la la la, I can't hear you. I can't see you. La 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 la. Like one of those. But she's like, all right, fine. I get it. You don't want to marry me. Well, you know what? I don't want to marry you. And of course, that immediately makes him go like, but I'm in love with you. You know, he just wants what he can't have now. And one of those type of stories where basically, you know, they're going to get together and they're going to be happy. It's going to get smutty. And then they have to like deal with a killer. And I'm fine with that. Like, I love a good Lindsay Sands historical. I know exactly what I'm gonna get. It's a mini Snickers, you know? Every mini Snickers you eat tastes exactly the same, and it's okay, because you like mini Snickers. Same thing with this book. I am obsessed with them. I like them. They're comfort reads. And yeah, murder mystery, childhood friends to lovers situation, and also, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna push you away, but secretly I'm obsessed with you. One of those. So it's got like a lot of tropes I'm into. I'm really excited for it. So thank you very much, Mara. And all of these books I actually got from the publisher, so I got a whole bunch to go through. First things first, I have Servant Mage by Kate Elliott, and this was sent to me by Tor.com. Thank you so much for sending me this. I am into it. And this one is just crazy. Mind you, this is a novella, but like a lot is going on here. So we're following Felian, right? And she is a lamplighter. She is a low-level mage, and she has the ability to like light and maintain fires. And she does this by like accessing the demon blood in her bones and like uses it for magical abilities. And then one day, this group of rebel monarchists, they show up and they're like, we're breaking you out, lady, let's go. And she's like, okay, like indentured servitude kind of sucks. I'll go with you guys. Finds out a lot of stuff, like maybe like how she thought magic worked isn't actually how magic worked. Maybe she's been lied to. So she has to like figure out a whole bunch of stuff. And also now she's on their side and there's this whole plot to kill a royal baby. They're trying to kill babies. Like obviously these guys are the bad guys, not the monarchists. The people are trying to kill the monarchist baby, like royal baby. And she's like, well, I gotta stop him from killing babies. And like, you know, maybe I have more magic than I thought. So it's definitely like very twisty turny for a novella. It's very, I don't know how they're gonna work all this into the story. But I am really excited about this one. I love the concept. I think it's a really cool idea. I think this is going to be a series. I think it's like a prequel to it. So yes, super into it. Way excited to read this. Thank you so much, Tor, for sending me this. I think it's gonna be really cool. Sent to me by Harlequin via Karina Adores, I have If You Love Something by Jace Ellis. And this one also, love it. It's kind of like a second chance romance type of story. A little bit of fake dating. Love the concepts. We're following Deshaun, right? He is a like top chef at one of DC's biggest restaurants. He's writing his own ticket. He's living his life, doing well. Until one day he receives 3 huge bombshells. 1, his grandmother is cancer and she's not seeking treatment. Uh-oh, that's very sad. 2, she's willing half of her estate to Malik, who just happens to be Deshaun's ex-husband. And 3, you know that whole divorce thing with Deshaun and Malik? Whoopsie daisy, didn't actually go through. You're secretly still married. And then like a shady uncle shows up and he's trying to contest the will. So Deshaun and Malik have to pretend that they're still married in order, you know, to have the inheritance go through and stuff. And of course they're gonna fall in love again along the way. But another thing that like really is a selling factor here, besides, you know, second chance romance, enemies to lovers perhaps, and fake dating, all of the vibes I like from those, Deshaun is a chef. So I feel like this is gonna get very foodie. And I'm excited for that. I'm really into cooking lately. Ever since the pandemic, I got really into cooking. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll learn something about cooking in this. So it's got a lot of things I'm really into. And I'm so excited for this one. This one has already been released, so you can go buy it now. And I'm just really excited to read this. I think it's gonna be really cool. Also from Harlequin via Karina Adores, I have Devon and Chris Plan a Wedding. And this one is just zany. It's a zany rom-com and I'm into it. It's also fake dating a little bit. And I'll just read you like the little top part right here because I feel like it sums things up. Devon and Chris have 6 weeks to plan their dream wedding. Their whole relationship is fake. Apparently it's kind of like a reality TV show. And you know, reality TV it's not reality. It's completely scripted and fake, basically. It's a show called Instant I Do. I don't really know the concept of the show, I guess. But what I have gathered without reading the book is that it's a show where they just pick 2 people and say, hey, you guys are getting married, plan a wedding in 6 weeks. And if you do it well, you get $100,000. So I don't really know how the show works, but like Chris is like an influencer and this is like going to be her big break. So she's totally into it. She gets paired with Devon, who just kind of casually never came out to her mom or family. So she's like, well, this is one hell of a way to do it. So they have to, you know, kind of fake chemistry and a relationship for the camera. However, when the cameras are off, like, they still have chemistry going on here. So they also have to plan a wedding, convince all of their friends and family that they've been dating and then they're in love with each other, and then have a big wedding and possibly win $100,000. So I feel like that is just recipe for zaniness. And like, you know what? Zaniness is an underappreciated virtue in rom-coms. I love it. I'm obsessed. I can't wait to read this. For Christmas, I got a copy of The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. And you know what? I love stories like this. Again, fake dating and also international travel. So this is Catalina and Aaron. Catalina has to get a fake boyfriend stat. It's her sister's wedding in Spain in like a month or something. And her little white lie about having an American boyfriend is kind of coming back to bite her in the butt. So she has to find a fake boyfriend to bring because all of her family's expecting to meet this guy. Also, her ex and his fiance are going to be there wanting to meet this guy. So she's like, oh shit, I need to find a guy. Enter Aaron. He's very infuriating, gets her blood boiling, enemies to lovers office situation where they work together. And he surprisingly says, I'll do it. I'll go. I don't know why. I'm assuming he's secretly in love with her, but eventually she doesn't want to do it at first. She's like, no. But eventually she's like, well, you're the only one who volunteered. Let's go to Spain. So they go to Spain. They have to pretend to be in a relationship. And of course, they're going to fall in love for real. Also internationally. So I love it. I like that it's set in Spain and it's fake dating and it's really cute and I'm obsessed with it. And it's a lot longer than I was expecting it to be. I had it on my wish list and I was like, oh shit, this is long. Oh shit, this is long. This is 473 pages. That is long for a rom-com, but I'm into it. I'm excited. So yay, Christmas. I also got a copy of Iron Widow by Jiren J. Zhao. And I have heard nothing but incredible stories about this. This one has like a crazy premise. It's kind of like loosely giving me like Pacific Rim vibes. We're following Zetienne, and she is she's a young woman, and in this world, basically, there are pilots and then concubine pilots. And essentially they like power these mecha suits to defend the world from these aliens that have landed there and attack them. So, you know, Pacific Rim-esque. Except these pilots often end up sacrificing their female cohort, their concubine pilot like pairing. These young girls are getting sacrificed right and left, and Zetienne is not dealing with this well. And she doesn't go quietly into the night. She actually signs herself up as a concubine pilot to avenge her sister who was murdered by one of the regular pilots, one of the male pilots. So she's like, I'm getting revenge. She does it, wins, and then you know what? She gets labeled as an Iron Widow. And this is basically a woman who ends up sacrificing her male counterpart to, you know, power the mecha suit. So yeah, so she's like living her life. People are not happy about it, obviously. She ends up getting paired with a controversial male pilot. So they put like the two fuck ups together. And they have to, you know, fight for their lives. Essentially, I think people are trying to kill them. But the whole like idea behind this, it's like you have this very ferocious heroine trying to dismantle this patriarchal system that literally destroys women. So I am into her. I've heard nothing but incredible things about this book, and I'm so happy I got it. I can't wait to read this. It's gonna be so good. I also got a copy of My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. This one is also, you know, a loving homage to 80s slasher films, but I think it's more of a traditional narrative. I think I'm gonna like this a little bit more than the other book by Stephen Graham Jones that I read, The Last Final Girl, which is also a loving homage to 80s slasher films. Basically, we're following Jade. She's like a young woman and obsessed with 80s slasher movies, and up the mountain in like, you know, a remote mountain campsite, which of course, that's where slashers happen. They're making this thing called Proof Rock, and she has to go up there for like reasons. I don't know which ones yet. And basically, there used to be a massacre there at this lake, all, you know, like Friday the 13th, and then like they're building like a celebrity kind of resort up there. She's like, oh, this is the start of a slasher movie. Oh my gosh. So I also feel like it's going to be a bit meta, where we know we're in a slasher movie, but we're following a character who's living in that world. And I don't know exactly how this is going to play out. I don't know if the Jade is secretly the killer, or she's just very self-aware that she's living in fiction. I'm not sure how this is going to work. But I mean, for title alone, My Heart is a Chainsaw, lovely title. Love it. It's a great title. Also, 80s slasher movies. I like 80s slasher movies. And also, you know, it's going to be kind of self-aware and meta. It's going to be funny, unlikely heroine. So I think this is going to be a good time. I definitely want to read it. And it was on my wish list. I got it for Christmas. So I'm excited. I also got a copy of The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne, and whoo boy, is this an epic fantasy. Look at the size of that dragon, and this teeny tiny little speck over here. That's a person. That's a person talking to a dragon or trying to fight it. I mean, either way, you're gonna fail. This is kind of a Norse mythology inspired fantasy. In this world, all of the gods, they got in this huge war with each other, right? And it was so bad, they ended up destroying themselves. And nothing's left of them except bones and like this world I'm assuming they fell to when they all, you know, destroyed each other. And in this world, things are a-changin'. And we're following three perspectives in particular. We have this huntress, we have a noblewoman looking for battle stuff, and then we have a thrall trying to break free. These three people are going to be changing the course of the world because the gods might be stirring again. Maybe they're not as destroyed as everyone thought, and like war is coming again, and they're gonna have to step in, you know, to save the world. And I mean, John Gwynne is one of those epic fantasy writers that like I always want to try and then I never do because like look how chonky this book is. And that's a lot of book to not like if I'm reading it and I don't like it. Mind you, there's also a glossary in it. That's, oh, it's not that long. It's only like 2 pages. Okay. Like, I feel better about it. Sometimes these glossaries and like appendices are like 50 pages and you're like, oh my God. Okay, so this is 478 pages. It's a chonker, but it's not the chonkiest chonk who's ever chonked. But yeah, I do want to read John Gwynne. It's like a big fantasy world that I've always wanted to try out. I think this is the new series by him actually, but yeah, I'm excited for this one. I mean, there's a freaking dragon on the cover. Like already, that looks super cool. Alright, so those are just a bunch of books I got recently, and I'm excited for all of them, obviously. I always get so excited for new books, even though I haven't read all the ones I own yet. Let me know in the comments down below. I don't know, what kind of books are you into right now? Is there like one in particular that's totally on your wish list you're really wanting to get? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye!